Hello, I'm Equipment Warrior and welcome to my very rainy hideout. Today I'm going to play an experiment build, or a fun build, I want to say. I always said that I like lightning strike, so I decided it's time to actually try to do something lightning striking. I did it with an old character, so I'm currently level 91, but this is an old character, and I'm probably gonna say right now it is not the most powerful of builds ever, but hey, have some fun, aren't we? And what better way to have some fun than to play one of these two maps here, and I want to corrupt both of them. And let's see which one I actually turn out to running this one. The map mods on them are not the worst in the world, but certainly not that easy, but oh well. Let's see what happens when we corrupt our malformation map. Curse element weakness, monster fire additional projectiles. Not the worst thing ever. Reduce the extra damage from crits. I don't like that because I'm heavily crit based. Let's see the other one. And it is exactly the same. Which one should we run? I feel for Arsenal because let's just say that I like the open space on the Arsenal map. So let's run that. Let's run it with Anarchy because I don't want to waste. Actually, let's run it with Hairbringer. I can do it one time. First time using it, I can use it for free. So let's have some fun with it. So let's see what my poorly thought out Lightning Strike build can do. But I still love Lightning Strike, and I'm actually too scared to activate this one, maybe later in the map. Because I only play this character in a map one time before I made this video. And yeah, dying maybe isn't the biggest problem. I have some decent amount of life. I'm just not comfortable enough to do it. And Lightning Strike can be a little bit harder to hit with in close spaces. But I definitely enjoy using the skill. And don't worry, I'm going to show the gear. And I have one piece of gear for this character is quite expensive to say the least, so I'm gonna show that later. But you can probably see what type of gear that is. You can see the enemies just exploding in a blue-white explosion. So maybe some of you that have a lot of knowledge of the game know what that item that is. And by the way, I think I've said this too often. Sorry for not making a video in, how is it now? 20 days, I think it was, since my last video. Because the usual stuff, couldn't figure out really what to do. So that's that. But anyway, let's kill some enemies here. Actually, when I think about it, I actually never looked into how much crit chance I have. Not crit chance, how much block chance I have on this character actually when I think about it. Chance to block attacks. Well, that's quite respectable chance to block attacks, I want to say. And that's why I'm using a staff. A melee staff build, would you believe it? And the staff is nothing special, but I'm going to show the gear a little bit later. I think I'm gonna show it before I'm fighting the boss on this map, which, if I remember right, is the Flying Sword, or the Soul of Steel, the Steel Soul. Was it the Steel Soul it was called? I don't really remember. There's so many maps, so it's not always easy to remember every single boss. If you're not playing an Orchard map, was it Orchard map it was called? Maybe they changed the boss on that map, because back in the day that was a quite infamous map, or is that the right word for it? Oh, that hurts. It was quite an it was a map with a reputation on, because the final boss there was called Tunnel Trap, which was a devourer, which had a habit of one-shotting everyone with a very powerful fire attack. I even was there with my original Incinerate Witch, which was from many years ago. And I had like over 6,000 life, then I had almost 1,000 energy shield on top of that, and a maxed out fire resistance and all of that, and I got absolutely one shot by that boss fire attack. I think I have a video about that, which is called Why You Should Never Fight Tunnel Trap. Oh, that's an old video. I don't remember how many years it was since I made it, but it's at least 4 years ago, if not more, I think. Actually, a funny thing when it comes to YouTube. You wanna know what was the first video I ever made? It was a video about something they are causing me to get some bleed stacks. It was a video about Orcs Must Die. Sort of a tower defense game, which is a really fun game. But that was then Dominus come out in Path of Exile, which was back then the last boss in the game. And I made a video, I think it was one of the first videos on YouTube where I actually fought against Dominus. And I get like 5,000 views within a day or so. Which is still one of my most viewed video in one day. Oh, that hurts. I don't like when enemies have proximity shield, which is usually not a problem when dealing with melee. Anyway, I should stop the switching what I'm talking about. But I made that video for that long ago, and I was absolutely stunned how many people were watching it. Well, it wasn't surprisingly because it was the first video on YouTube, or one of the very first. And people were asking, "Oh, can you show us your build?" Of course, I said. My build was absolute garbage, but I think it was good back then. Back then I didn't even know that you should have link your skill gems together. I just put the skill gems in armor and assumed that the skill gem just give you the effect that they have. I had no idea about linking gems and stuff. Man, I was so silly when I think about it back then, but hey, I was very new to the game. So that will be my excuse. Anyway, if we die, which might happen, we put a portal there. That's like the old... I used to do that when I was a very active Diablo 2 player. And you always put a portal down before you're gonna fight something that you know were quite dangerous. So if you died, you can just easily run back to where you were and save some time. And that of just putting down a portal, just in case, never really left. So I always do that still, and I do it in Path of Exile. And I will probably continue doing it in a game like that. See if we can kill this enemy here, which certainly do some damage, and I am scared, and I should probably try to survive. Man, I don't doing good damage to this enemy. Maybe we should actually use a portal to refill a flask. Yeah, my build isn't that powerful, and I am okay with that. If I take a very hard hit, I go back to town. Let's just go back to town quickly and refill a flask, like I had to do back in the day when my build sucked. Well, I guess go back to town and refill your flasks don't help when you get one shot. Oh, actually that one's more of a 2-shot. Let's deal with you. The soul steel. Soul steel? Do we have something good here? We have a rustic stash there, but I'm not gonna waste it. Almost didn't watch. Hey, that's actually a quite good. Didn't watch what I actually get from my divination card. Let's see. Get 5k as well, so that's quite nice. Usually nothing interesting. Offering to the goddess. Born of Justice. Nice. Zero of Shards. Taburasha. This one is actually quite good to farm because it yields. It gives you quite a bit of currency if you get a Taburasha and then sell it to a vendor and get a divine orb, because they are quite valuable. More volatile power, level golem gem, right of the elementals. Nice. Midnight Brigade, bridge item, pacifism, frightened mind. 3 faces in the dark. I had a friend where I had some jokes with a friend with this card, and I think I should not say that jokes, but You can use your fantasy on that one. Jack in the Box, Survivalist, current item. I know, maybe I don't know, but I heard a story that someone get 5 mirrors from the Emperor's Luck, but it's just, maybe it's just a story, I don't know if it's true or not. But if that happened to me, I would be quite happy indeed. A few things, and the rich item. And the Void, I can get anything. Gladiator. Nightmare Present. I think, thinking about the Bring of Rain, if I heard that. But anyway, let's stop talking about that. And actually, I'm gonna show what I've now used. But well, I just died to a boss, so no one of you will probably wanna build this build. But I'm showing it anyway. This is the very expensive item I was talking about before. It's an Impulsor's Broken Heart, which at least in the Harvest League, when I found one there, a 0-link one was worth like 2.5 exalts. And this is a 6-link one, so yeah. Yeah, I know I have so expensive gear and then my build is just mediocre, but I don't care. Then the rest of gear is nothing special at all, it's just some defensive gear. Life and armor, resistance, some damage here and there. Using these gloves here, give me some more crit chance. I'm using Hegemontus Era, I think this one is called. A quite good melee staff, I wanna say, but there are definitely better melee staffs out there, but I took what I happen to have, so I like this one. And I'm using this specific amulet because it gives me that 2 additional targets get pierced by my lightning strike, which give me a lot more damage. And I was thinking about using the Core of the Storm, but I decided, let's go with this one instead. For my skill gems, I don't really know what skill gems are the best, because Lightning Strike is a quite weird gem, because you can't really take... there are some things that do not apply to Lightning Strike's projectiles, which are the important one when it comes to Lightning Strike. Oh, I forgot to use my Blood Rage before. But anyway, I'm using Lightning Strike together with increased critical strikes, added lightning damage, multi-strike, physical to lightning, and elemental damage with weapons. This is maybe not the best setup, but that is the best setup I could come up with. Rest of the skill gems are using Herald of Purity, because why not, Herald of Lightning, because I really want it, and I'm using Precision to get some extra accuracy, because I was a little bit low on accuracy, and also that crit chance is not that bad. When it comes to my actual crit chance, it's quite good with 84.62%. And my hit chance it's absolutely good enough, at least for my taste. And when it comes to my skill tree, it looks like this. Went for life in the beginning and 100 damage and mana. Then I went for precision, discipline training, retribution, holy dominion, divine favor. Then I went for devotion, the whole big staff wheel here, divine judgment, divine wrath. I would love to have faith and steel, because as you saw, my survivability were not the best. Purity of flesh, on with the river, blunt trauma, and serpent stance for some nice crit. Pretty much took all of the notes for staffs I could find in the skill tree. I have steelwood stance, tireless, combat stamina. I don't even know how I'm gonna pronounce that, but I have it. I have a Yule socket here, which I actually now realize I haven't put a Yule in. Do we have anything here we can use? Spell damage, whatever, I do that later. I have completely forgot that I actually had a Yule socket here. Yeah, I'm a good player. The whole life wheel here have I. Path to Warrior. Went down here, I took Disembowering for some nice crit chance. Took Barbarism. Butchery. Born to Fight. Versatility. And Warrior's Blood. I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit tired after work today. But anyway, I have Warrior's Blood as well. And when it comes to my ascendancy, I haven't ascended in the Merciless Labyrinth, and I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. But I took, I am Inquisitor mainly for Invisible Judgment, and I have Sanctuary, and if I actually decide to actually go in and try to ascend for the last time, I would definitely take Precious Pass. Is that the right word for it? Maybe. And that's pretty much my having a bit of fun Lightning Strike build. I know you can make Lightning Strike be powerful, like you can probably do with all skills. It's just that I like this version. But it's probably, actually not probably, it's not the best, but hey, having some fun isn't a bad thing, right? So let's actually clear the map here. And if I wanted better survivability, I could probably just go with a 6-link staff instead and go with the classic Calm's Heart. I really want to take that one. But don't want to go back to town, so I take that later. If I remember it. I don't feel for going back to town right now. And also, I have been playing on my add-on, my Divine Ear build on the Harvest League, and I one thing to say about that build: it do a lot of damage, but the survivability are not that great, to say the least. So need to be playing careful with that. But hopefully I can maybe make a one last video of that build, because I having fun with that build, even though the survivability of the build are not the best, to say the least. I can't see. They are blinding me. That's why I don't hitting them. Okay, then I want to stand with outside. That's why I'm not getting blinded. But the survivability on that build is not the best. So, but it is certainly fun to play. You just charge up an attack and then just delete the enemies around you. With like, I don't know how much DPS that build actually do. The toolkit DPS say like 300,000 with my basic buffs up, which I pretty much have up all the time. And I know the damage goes up when you're channeling it. For when you have it on 20, it do significantly more damage than that. We also can like two-shotting bosses and stuff like that. Higher level bosses. But I don't really know the true damage. Clear in here as well. I certainly have fun with that. But again, I don't... No, actually I'm not gonna say that. I've said it so many times. So I'm not saying it. But anyway, I hope you guys like my weird little video with some of my fun project. Tell me a comment if you think my build is terrible, which it's maybe it is. But tell me a comment if you have an idea how I can improve my Lightning Strike build. And I really like Lightning Strike. Maybe I should make an... I would love to make a duelist gladiator and use a shield and a one-handed weapon and use Lightning Strike. But I can't really see how I'm gonna do to get the damage I need. I don't really know how to do that, but who knows. If I do that, I can take projectile damage and it will work on that. So that's that. But anyway, I hope you guys like this video, and tell me what I think about my build and all that, yes. Anyway, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.